All right, let's talk about something that drives us all a little crazy. Those endless, repetitive little tasks on our computers that just eat up the day. We're going to show you how to put your most used tool, yep, your computer mouse, on total autopilot. So let's just dive right in.
I mean, seriously, just think about it for a second. Whether it's mind-numbing data entry, clicking through a software test, or even a late-night gaming session where you're doing the same thing, it's always the same clicks, the same drags, over and over and over again. We've all been there, and frankly, it's just a huge waste of your time and your brain power.
We're calling this whole thing the digital drudgery problem because it's more than just boring, right? It's this hidden cost that quietly drains your productivity, kills your creativity, and honestly can even lead to physical strain on your hand and wrist.
All that manual clicking and dragging, it just adds up. It's all time you could be spending on, actually thinking about the big picture or solving a real problem. It's that moment you're just staring at the screen thinking, come on, a computer should be able to do this for me. And you know what? You're absolutely right. It can.
And that brings us to the really good stuff, the solution. It's time to talk about a whole category of tools that are built specifically to take over those tedious tasks for you. Let's get into mouse automation software. So what is this stuff exactly? Well, the best way to think about it is like cruise control, but for your cursor. You just give it a set of instructions. Move here, click now, drag this over there, and the software carries out those commands perfectly. Every single time, all without you having to lift a finger. Now, when it comes to actually telling your computer what you want it to do, there are really two main ways to go about it. You can be the director, writing out a very precise script, or you can be the actor and just show the computer what to do. Let's break down how these two methods work. So on one side, you've got scripting. This is where you need absolute robotic precision. You tell a tool like Auto Mouse Click the exact coordinates on the screen for every single action. It's perfect for tasks that never, ever change. Then on the other side, you have recording. With a macro recorder, you literally just hit record. Do the task yourself once and the software mimics you perfectly, playing it back on a loop. This is brilliant for capturing more complex, human-like workflows. And what's really cool is that these scripting tools go way beyond just simple clicks. You can program them to simulate keystrokes, which is a total game changer for filling out forms or using shortcuts. They can even handle screen touches if you're on a touch device and automate those tricky mouse drags.
Okay, so beyond those two big methods, there's this whole other universe of specialized utilities. Each one is designed to solve a very specific and sometimes very annoying problem. I like to think of these as giving your mouse some incredible new superpowers.
First up, the Auto Mouse Mover. We've all been there, right? You start a huge download, you walk away to mix some coffee, and you come back to find your computer went to sleep. Ugh. This tool prevents that. It just gently nudges the cursor every so often to trick the computer into thinking you're still there. It's so simple, but it's a total lifesaver. Next, there's something called Easy Mouse Lock, which is pretty fascinating. It lets you actually trap your cursor inside a specific part of the screen. Now, why on earth would you do that? Well, it's great for forcing yourself to focus on one application or for making sure you don't accidentally click outside the window during an intense full-screen game. Then you've got the mouse click counter. This sounds simple, and it is, but it's surprisingly useful. You can use it to test if your automation script is working right, or, just to satisfy your own curiosity about how many thousands of clicks a task really takes. Taking that a step further is the Mouse Click Viewer. This thing logs every single mouse action. But here's its killer feature. You can filter out your own manual clicks to see only what the automation software is doing. It is perfect for debugging your scripts and figuring out what's going wrong. And finally, there's mouse shortcut software. This is where you can get really creative. It lets you remap your mouse buttons to do pretty much anything. Launch an application, fire off a complex keyboard command, you name it. It's a whole other layer of powerful customization.
Okay, so we've seen a lot of really powerful tools here, but let's zoom out. What does this all really mean for you in your day-to-day life? This is where the magic really happens.
So what's the ultimate takeaway? Well, first off, you save an incredible amount of time. You cut down on that physical strain. You can set up those long, boring tasks and just walk away. But it's about more than just convenience. It's really about changing how you work. You stop being the person who does the tedious clicking, and you become the person who designs the system that does the clicking for you. It's the classic definition of working smarter, not harder.
The source material we looked at for this calls the mouse one of the most important input methods to a computer, and that really hits the nail on the head. We're not trying to replace the mouse, we're giving it a massive upgrade. We're turning a simple pointing device into a powerful automation engine. So I'll leave you with this question. Just take a second to think about your daily routine on the computer. Think about all that clicking and dragging. Now that you know what's possible, what is the very first tedious task that you are going to hand over to your new autopilot?